You remember this Fusion clip, guys? We used it to work on the Fusion text all over the tabs. To see it clearly, we had to put a solid color just for the sake of the course. But let's imagine now you really want to use this text. So you need to remove the solid color. And I'm going to go ahead and remove it by pressing backspace after selecting the solid. Unfortunately, you cannot see your text here. You might need some kind of shadow. There is a way to create a shadow, in fact a very nice shadow within Fusion. First of all, make sure that this text is final and the blur here, the motion blur, is also final and you're very happy from what you have. The only thing that you want to create is the shadow. So the way I'll do it is to select this clip, press Alt and just drag it down to duplicate it. On the Mac you will be pressing Option, click and drag to duplicate it. So I have two clips on top of each other that are identical in text and motion. Come to the bottom clip and go to the shading. Within shading, I will change the color to black. For example, you can use any color you like. So actually I still don't see much, but if I go to softness and increase the softness, for example to around 3, something like this, okay? I like actually to type the figures here. I'm gonna put 3 and another 3 here. So I have 100% exactly the same. Already you can see a kind of a shadow if you like, or an outline. This is already very beautiful. But you can tweak it by increasing the glow if you like. That's what's going to happen. Here you are, more. Depends on what you're doing. Now it's very thick, it's a bit ugly. I'll go back to lower values. Here, I think this is fine, just over here. Give it a second to render and show me. Then I can play with the blend here, reduce the blend a bit. Okay, if I'm happy, that's it. Now, if you run your animation, I press Alt /. That's quite beautiful here. Hopefully you worked on your motion blur a bit better than I have done here. So this is one way to do it. Now we have two clips here on top of each other. If this is bothering you, of course, you can select both of them and right click and say New Compound Clip. And give it a nice name. For us here, let's say text with shadows. And click create. Wow, notice what happened here. You have a black background. Obviously, you're going to have a black background because this became like a video clip and its background is black. To overcome this is very easy. Select your clip and you go to composite mode. Now there are so many that you can use here, but you want a mode that will not affect the below track. We'll go through composite mode later on. I will click and go for add. Add will work very fine. Actually, add will remove the blacks. So now, if you notice, if I put it off, there is no change to the video. I still have the same colors. The composite mode just removed the black from the top clip. So now you have some kind of shadows. They are very beautiful. You can tweak them the way you would like. And remember, you can right click and say open in timeline. You can come over here and decide maybe to do some more work or something. So it's very clear over here. So this was this small tip for you to add some shadows within Fusion. But also it's more than adding shadows, guys. It's also trying to design a bit more your text and be creative a bit. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this tip was very useful. I will see you in the next lecture.